Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out the early morning vlog. Got the OnePlus open at 1080p 60 frames per second. It is raining, and it's raining pretty hard. Windshield wipers going back and forth, and no focus setting that I can see. I don't know why some of these freeway lights are turned off. Makes it pretty dark out here. Some of them are on and some of them are off. It's not a good thing, especially when it's raining this hard. Categories for smartphone of the year. I've seen budget smartphone of the year, mid-range smartphone of the year. Of course, we have flagship smartphone of the year. And now we have foldables. And I do believe that you have to separate the foldable smartphone of the year in comparison to the flagship smartphone of the year, which this year is the S23 Ultra for me. As far as the foldable, well, that's the OnePlus Open shooting this video. Please let me know how everything looks, how everything sounds, and how the stability does while I'm on this treacherous freeway with all of this rain. If I had to if I had to choose, not use, well, I did use it, it's not with me anymore. Mid-range smartphone of the year, I would probably say the Google Pixel 7. Budget, I didn't bring in a budget smartphone this year. So, 7A, S23 Ultra, flagship of the year, and my OnePlus Open foldable of the year. But let me know down below in the comment section, how many categories should we have? Should it just be one overall as King Supreme, as the device? You got to remember, there's a lot of different areas involved in, well, when choosing the smartphone of the year, whether it is a budget, mid-range, flagship, or a foldable. If you're going to separate and have all these different categories, I don't get too detailed. I mean, I go by what I bring in. I choose the device, and I go off my experience. But you can get detailed. You know, I mean, I don't usually involve the price point, but I mean, you can put that into why you're choosing whatever it is that you're choosing for, if you're going to have all those different categories. But for me, let's just go off flagship and foldable, those two different categories. So, yeah, you know, I usually go with the device that I pick, the overall experience, the hardware, the software, which goes into, you know, day in and day out, using whatever it is that you're picking. Let's just go with the S23 Ultra. Overall, that hardware is solid, day in and day out. No issues with performance and functionality. One UI is a great experience in comparison to the past and what Samsung smartphones were like with everything that you can utilize on a Samsung flagship. The bloat has really been minimalized. When you're using a Samsung flagship smartphone today, you don't feel as overwhelmed as, well, in my opinion, as I used to feel. It is a better experience. Samsung has really done well by the customer by working on their software to give you know, to give me a better experience day in, day out. So that goes into choosing a flagship smartphone of the year. The cameras, displays, audio, as far as listening to music and watching movies and videos, the audio that's being delivered into my ears. How the device feels in hand. Is there any creaks or squeaks? Just that overall experience. But price can be involved in that. At the time when picking it up, did Samsung give me a really good trade-in deal, and did it really just overall have really something to do with my experience? Well, sure, because I work hard for that money, right? So it could involve that. If something goes wrong with my Samsung flagship device, is it going to be simple to fix? Well, Samsung's partnered up with iFixit, so there's a few different iFixits here in Portland, Oregon, and right across the river into Washington that I could take my Samsung device and get it fixed, depending on what it is. It could be something where you do have to send it in, but overall, there is more of an opportunity to simplify that situation. So that could be involved in why you're picking that flagship. I don't typically involve information like that in why I choose a device for flagship of the year. And that's not why I chose the S23 Ultra. I mean, for the most part, I've already mentioned everything that goes into choosing flagship of the year for me, and why I picked the foldable of the year for me. But it did not involve anything to do with the purchase or how easy it is to fix those devices. Obviously, with Samsung, it's going to be much easier than with OnePlus. You're going to have to send that in, and you're going to have to trust that they're going to do what they're going to do and send it back, and how long it takes to, for it to get to them, how long it's going to be there, and how long it's going to take to get back to you. We've had good experience in the past with Samsung. So, as far as me and my wife, but how many categories should be there, and should all of this information be involved? Software updates, I didn't have that in why I picked my smartphone of the year or foldable of the year. But should that be involved? And I know a lot of you are going to say yes. I know that's definitely going to be in there. So let me know down below, how many categories should we have? Should it just be one smartphone over everything? Should there be different categories? And should we make a big deal of those categories, like a budget or a mid-ranger? Because I know it's always about the flagship, but you have to involve a foldable, and I believe you have to separate that. A lot of you get by with a budget in the mid-range. You don't do very much. You just need something that's going to work. Battery life, that's important. That is very important. You can't leave that out. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. Yeah. Does it have wireless charging? Is it water and dust resistant? Now that I'm remembering all these areas, wireless charging isn't that big of a deal for me. So you let me know. I got a feeling some of you are going to be super detailed, and some of you are like, I really don't care. But either way, a lot of information there. I appreciate you coming on by and watching the early morning vlog with the OnePlus Open at 1080p 60 frames per second. Looking forward to your feedback. God bless you all. Have a great day. Happy holidays. Take care of yourself. I'm out. Peace.